If you enjoy videos like this, subscribe to the channel before the video starts. It was a quiet morning. The street looked normal. Birds were making soft sounds. Cars were parked in the same places as always. Nothing felt wrong. A man named Daniel was inside his house, drinking coffee and checking his phone. His wife Emily was in the kitchen, making breakfast. It was supposed to be a normal day. Then came the knock. Not a friendly knock. Not a soft knock. It was loud. Strong. Angry. Daniel looked at the door. He did not expect anyone. He opened it. A woman was standing there. She looked serious. Her lips were tight. Her eyes were cold. She held a clipboard in her hand. "I am from the HOA," she said. Her voice was sharp. Daniel felt something strange in his chest. HOA visits were rare. And they never came without notice. But still, he stayed calm. "Can I help you?" he asked. The woman did not answer the question. She looked past him. Straight into his house. "I am here for an inspection," she said. Daniel blinked. "Inspection?" he asked. "No one told us." The woman stepped forward. She crossed the door line without permission. Daniel felt uncomfortable. She started writing something on her paper. "Your front yard is not clean," she said. "Your trash bin is visible. Your house paint looks old." She did not stop. She did not ask. She only accused. Daniel tried to speak, but she raised her hand. "Do not interrupt me," she said. Her voice got louder. Daniel's heart started beating faster. Something was wrong. Very wrong. He asked a simple question. "Can I see your HOA ID?" The woman froze for half a second. Then she laughed. A fake laugh. "You don't need to see my ID," she said. "I know the rules." Daniel noticed something. Her badge was facing the wrong way. He could not read anything on it. The woman noticed his eyes. She quickly turned the badge away. Now Daniel was sure. This was not normal. Emily heard the noise from inside. She walked toward the door. The woman saw her and smiled. Not a kind smile. A dangerous one. "Good," the woman said. "More witnesses." Emily stood next to Daniel. She stayed quiet. She watched. The woman stepped back and pointed at the house. "I will be issuing fines today," she said. "Big fines?" Daniel swallowed. "How much?" he asked. The woman looked at him and smiled again. "Enough to hurt," she said. A neighbor opened their door. Another neighbor looked from the window. People were watching. The woman liked that. She spoke louder now. "This house has many violations," she said. "If you don't pay, the HOA can take action." Daniel felt anger rising. "We follow the rules," he said. "Always." The woman shook her head. "You think you do," she said. "But you don't." Emily finally spoke. Her voice was calm. "Which HOA are you from?" she asked. The woman answered quickly. Too quickly. She said the name. Emily's eyes changed. Just a little. Daniel did not notice. But something clicked inside Emily's mind. She stayed silent again. The woman continued. "You have 24 hours, she said. "Pay the fine or face consequences." She turned around and walked away. Daniel stood frozen. The neighbors whispered. Emily watched the woman leave. Her hands were shaking. Not from fear. From anger. Daniel looked at his wife. "What just happened?" he asked. Emily did not answer. She walked inside. Daniel followed her. Inside the house, Emily closed the door slowly. She took a deep breath. "That woman," she said softly, "is not from any HOA." Daniel's eyes widened. "What?" he asked. Emily looked at him. "She is lying," she said. "And this is about to get very bad." Daniel felt a chill down his spine. Outside, the fake HOA woman stood at the corner of the street. She was smiling. She thought she won. She did not know one thing. She had knocked on the wrong door. And she had just started a nightmare she could never escape from. The street became quiet again. But the silence felt heavy. Daniel stood near the window and watched the woman walk away. She did not hurry. She walked slowly, like she owned the place. That made Daniel feel worse. Inside the house, Emily was still quiet. Too quiet. Daniel turned toward her. "You said she is lying," he said. "How do you know?" Emily did not answer right away. She went to the kitchen table and put her phone down. Her hands were steady, but her face was serious. "That name," she said. Emily finally spoke. "That HOA does not exist here." Daniel frowned. "What do you mean?" he asked. Emily looked at him. "I know every HOA in this area," she said. And she said the wrong one. Daniel felt his stomach drop. "So she is fake?" he asked. Emily nodded slowly. "Yes," she said. "And she is dangerous." Outside, a neighbor named Mr. Lewis walked over. He looked nervous. "Did that woman find you too?" he asked. Daniel opened the door. "She tried," Daniel said. Mr. Lewis sighed. "She came to my house last week," he said. "She scared my wife." Daniel and Emily looked at each other. That was new information. "What did she say to you?" Emily asked. Mr. Lewis lowered his voice. "She said she could take our house," he said. "She wanted cash." Emily's jaw tightened. "That is illegal," she said. Mr. Lewis nodded. "I know," he said. "But she sounded real." Emily thanked him, and he walked away. Daniel closed the door. Now things were clear. This woman was not just annoying. She was a scammer. Emily picked up her phone again. "I need to make some calls," she said. Daniel watched her carefully. He had never seen her like this before. Focused. Sharp. Calm, but angry inside. Outside, the fake HOA woman stopped near her car. She looked back at Daniel's house. Her smile disappeared. Her eyes were cold. She took out her phone and typed something. Daniel did not see that. But he felt it. Like someone was watching. Minutes later, Emily looked up from her phone. "There is something else," she said. Daniel leaned closer. "She is not alone," Emily continued. "She has done this before." Daniel felt a chill. "How many people?" he asked. Emily shook her head. "Too many," she said. The doorbell rang again. Daniel jumped. Emily looked at him. "Do not open it," she said. But Daniel walked slowly to the door. He looked through the window. It was the same woman. This time, she was not smiling. She knocked again. Harder. Daniel opened the door just a little. "What do you want?" he asked. The woman leaned closer. "I forgot to mention something," she said. The fine just increased. Daniel felt his anger rise. "You are not from the HOA," he said. The woman's face changed. For 1 second, fear flashed in her eyes. Then it turned into rage. "You better be careful," she said quietly. "You don't know who you are dealing with." Emily stepped forward. "Oh, we do," she said. The woman looked at Emily. Really looked at her. Something about Emily made her uncomfortable. "You should leave," Emily said calmly. The woman laughed. "I will come back," she said. And next time, it won't be polite. She turned and walked away fast. This time, no smile. Daniel closed the door and locked it. His hands were shaking. That felt like a threat, he said. Emily nodded. It was, she said. She looked at her phone again. I already reported her, Emily said. But I am not done. Daniel looked confused. What else can we do? He asked. Emily looked up at him. We let her think she is winning, she said. Daniel's eyes widened. What? He asked. Emily took a deep breath. She thinks we are scared, Emily said. That is her mistake. Outside, the fake HOA woman sat in her car. She watched the house one last time. She thought she scared them. She thought they would pay. She did not know the truth. She did not know who Emily really was. And she did not know that her small scam was about to turn into a disaster. Because the next time she came back, she would not be in control anymore. The next day started too normal. The sun was bright. The street looked peaceful. But Daniel felt uneasy. He stood near the window, pretending to check his phone. In truth, he was waiting. Waiting for her. Emily moved around the house like everything was fine. She made coffee. She smiled. But Daniel knew better. She was calm in a dangerous way. At exactly 10:17 a.m., a black car stopped in front of the house. Daniel's heart dropped. It's her, he said. Emily looked outside. Yes, she replied. And she looks confident. The woman stepped out of the car. This time, she was dressed better. New jacket. New badge. She walked slowly toward the house. Like she was in control. She knocked once. Daniel opened the door. The woman smiled. Good morning, she said sweetly. I hope you thought about the fine. Daniel did not answer. She stepped inside again without permission. That is violation number 1, she said, writing on her clipboard. Emily watched quietly. The woman looked around the house. You know, she said. I could make this very expensive for you. Emily stepped forward. Before that, Emily said calmly, Show me your system login. The woman blinked. What? She asked. Your HOA system, Emily repeated. Every real inspector has access. The woman laughed loudly. You think you are smart? She said. I have been doing this for years. That sentence was a mistake. Emily smiled. Thank you, she said. The woman stopped smiling. What? She asked. You just admitted something, Emily said. HOA inspectors don't say that. Daniel watched the woman closely. Her fingers tightened around the pen. Emily continued. Also, she said. You parked illegally. The woman frowned. That doesn't matter, she said. Emily took out her phone. It does, she said. And I already reported it. Now the woman felt it. The shift. The power was moving. She tried to regain control. You think a phone call scares me? She said. Emily stepped closer. No, Emily said softly. But evidence does. The woman's breathing changed. Neighbors started coming outside. They remembered her. Whispers spread. That's her. She came to my house. She scared my kids. The woman noticed. Her confident walk turned stiff. Daniel saw it. Fear. Not full fear yet. But enough. Emily spoke louder now. So tell everyone, she said. Which HOA sent you? The woman opened her mouth. No words came out. Emily waited. Silence filled the street. That silence hurt more than shouting. The woman tried to laugh. But it sounded weak. I don't have to answer you, she said. Emily nodded. That's fine, she replied. The police can. The woman stepped back. You called the police? She asked. Emily shook her head. Not yet, she said. But they are on the way. That was the final crack. The woman turned around fast. She walked toward her car. Not slow anymore. Not confident. She reached for the door handle. A police siren sounded far away. She froze. Emily watched her carefully. That sound, Emily said, is not for you. The woman relaxed. Big mistake. Emily smiled. It's for what you did yesterday, she continued. And the day before. The woman looked back. Her face was pale. Daniel felt something shift inside him. This was no longer about fines. This was about truth. And truth was catching up fast. The woman got into her car. She drove away quickly. Too quickly. Emily watched until the car disappeared. She won't stop, Daniel said. Emily nodded. I know, she replied. That's why this is just the beginning. Daniel looked at her. Who are you really calling? He asked. Emily met his eyes. The people she can't lie to, she said. And somewhere on the road. The fake HOA woman felt it. That tight feeling in her chest. The feeling that comes right before everything falls apart. That night, the house felt different. The lights were on, but the warmth was gone. Daniel sat on the couch, staring at nothing. His mind kept replaying the woman's face. Her fake smile. Her sudden fear. Emily was at the dining table with her laptop open. She was not scrolling. She was working. Daniel finally spoke. You planned this, he said quietly. Emily did not look up. Yes, she replied. Daniel stood and walked closer. How long? He asked. Emily closed the laptop slowly. Long enough, she said. Outside, a car passed by. Daniel flinched. She threatened us, he said. What if she comes back? Emily stood up. She will, she said calmly. People like her always do. That answer scared Daniel more than comforted him. Emily picked up a folder from the table. Inside were printed pages. Photos. Names. Daniel looked at them. What is all this? He asked. Emily took a deep breath. Complaints, she said. Reports. Patterns. Daniel frowned. You knew about her before? He asked. Emily nodded. She's been moving street to street, she said. Same story. Same lies. Daniel felt anger rise. And no one stopped her? He asked. Emily's voice got colder. Because no one caught her clearly, she said. Until now. She pointed to one photo. It showed the woman standing in front of another house. Daniel recognized the look on her face. Power. She uses fear, Emily said. People pay because they panic. Daniel swallowed. And we didn't, he said. Emily shook her head. No, she said. We watched. She opened her phone and played a short audio clip. It was the woman's voice. Clear. Threatening. Daniel's eyes widened. You recorded her? He asked. Emily nodded. Every word, she said. The room felt colder. Daniel realized something. You wanted her to come back, he said. Emily looked at him. Yes, she replied. That was the trap. Suddenly, headlights flashed through the window. Both of them turned. A car stopped outside. Not fast. Not slow. Careful. Daniel's heart started racing. She's here, he whispered. Emily did not move. She walked to the window and looked out. It's not her, she said. A man stepped out of the car. He wore plain clothes. He looked around carefully. Then he knocked. Emily opened the door. The man showed a badge. Daniel could not see it clearly. But Emily nodded. You're early, she said. The man smiled slightly. Couldn't sleep, he replied. Daniel stared. What's happening? He asked. Emily turned to him. This, she said, is where things change. The man stepped inside. I listened to the recordings, he said. They're enough. Daniel felt a mix of relief and fear. Enough for what? He asked. The man looked at him. To stop her, he said. Outside, far down the road. The fake HOA woman sat in her car. She watched the houses. She felt something was wrong. Something was closing in. She told herself she was in control. But deep down, she knew one truth. This time, she picked the wrong family. And she was already walking into a trap. She could not see. The next morning felt heavy. Daniel barely slept. Every small sound woke him up. Emily, however, looked calm. Too calm. She stood by the window, watching the street. She will come today, Emily said softly. Daniel rubbed his eyes. How can you be so sure? He asked. Emily turned to him. Because she is desperate now, she said. And desperate people make mistakes. Around noon, neighbors started coming outside. Some stood near their cars. Some talked quietly. Word had spread. Everyone knew about the fake HOA woman. Then a familiar car appeared. The same black car. The fake HOA woman stepped out. But this time, she looked different. No smile. No confidence. Her shoulders were tight. Her eyes kept moving. She walked fast toward Daniel's house. Daniel's heart started pounding. She's here, he said. Emily nodded. Good, she replied. The woman knocked hard. Angrier than before. Daniel opened the door. What do you want? He asked. The woman stepped forward. You lied about me, she said loudly. You told people I'm fake. Neighbors stopped talking. They listened. Daniel stayed quiet. Emily walked up beside him. No, Emily said calmly. We told the truth. The woman laughed. A loud, nervous laugh. You think you can scare me? She said. I know the law. Emily looked straight at her. So do I, she said. The woman froze. Emily took one step forward. Do you want to tell him? Emily said, pointing at the neighbors. Why you don't have an HOA license? The woman's face turned red. That's none of your business, she shouted. Emily raised her phone. It is, she said. Because I have your voice. Your threats. Your lies. The woman stepped back. You recorded me? She asked. Emily nodded. Yes, she replied. And more. A police car slowly drove into the street. Everyone noticed. The woman turned around. Fear finally took over her face. This is harassment, she shouted. You can't do this. The police car stopped. An officer stepped out. The woman started talking fast. They are lying, she said. They hate me. Emily stayed quiet. She let the officer speak. Ma'am, the officer said. We need you to answer some questions. The woman's voice broke. I didn't do anything wrong, she said. Emily finally said the words Daniel had been waiting for. I work with the real HOA, Emily said calmly. And with fraud cases. The street went silent. The woman stared at Emily. Her mouth opened. No sound came out. "You," she whispered. "Yes," Emily replied. "You picked the wrong house." The officer asked the woman to turn around. She didn't move. Tears filled her eyes. "I was just trying to survive," she said softly. Emily looked at her. "And you hurt people to do it," she replied. The officer took her arm. As she was led away, the woman looked back at Emily one last time. Not with anger. With regret. Daniel felt a deep breath leave his chest. It was almost over. But Emily knew one thing. This was not the end yet. Because the truth still had one final moment to come out. The street stayed quiet after the police left. Too quiet. Neighbors slowly went back to their homes. But something had changed. Fear was gone. Relief had taken its place. Daniel sat on the front steps with his hands together. His body felt tired, but his mind felt clear. Emily stood beside him. "It's really over?" Daniel asked. Emily nodded. "For us," she said. But not for her. Later that day, Emily received a call. She put it on speaker. The officer's voice was calm. "They searched her car," he said. "Fake badges. Fake papers. A lot of cash." Daniel closed his eyes. "So she did this before," he said. "Yes," the officer replied. "In many neighborhoods." Emily thanked him and ended the call. That night, the story spread fast. Group chats. Social media. Local news. People started sharing their own stories. "She scared my mother. She took my savings. She threatened my kids." The truth became bigger than one street. Daniel read the messages quietly. He felt angry. But also proud. Emily had stopped something much worse. The next morning, a meeting was held. Real HOA members. Police officers. Residents. Emily stood near the back. She did not want attention. But people noticed her. One by one, neighbors came up to her. "Thank you," they said. "You protected us." Emily only nodded. "This is what should happen," she replied. "When lies are exposed." Later that week, Daniel and Emily received a letter. It was official. The fake HOA woman was charged. Fraud. Threats. Illegal actions. Daniel held the paper with shaking hands. "She's facing jail," he said softly. Emily nodded. "She earned it," she replied. Daniel looked at her. "I still don't understand," he said. "How did you stay so calm?" Emily looked at him. "Because fear feeds people like her," she said. "I refuse to feed her." Outside, kids played again. Laughter returned to the street. The houses looked the same. But the people were stronger. Far away, in a cold room, the fake HOA woman sat alone. No clipboard. No badge. Just silence. She remembered the doors she knocked on. The lies she told. And the one door. That ended everything. She lowered her head. For the first time, there was no one to scare. And no lie left to hide behind. Weeks passed. The street felt alive again. People waved at each other. Kids played outside. Fear was gone. Daniel stood in his front yard, cutting the grass. A simple job. But now, every small thing felt different. Emily came outside with 2 cups of coffee. "You okay?" she asked. Daniel smiled. "Yes," he said. "I was just thinking. Thinking about one knock. One lie. One moment that almost broke their peace." But it didn't. Because truth stood up. Later that day, a letter arrived. Daniel opened it slowly. It was from the court. The fake HOA woman had been sentenced. No more scams. No more threats. Justice was final. Daniel handed the letter to Emily. She read it quietly. Then she folded it and placed it inside a drawer. Done, she said. That night, they sat on the porch together. The sky was dark. Stars were bright. Daniel spoke softly. If you weren't here that day, he said. Emily stopped him. We were both here, she replied. That's why it worked. Down the street, a new family moved in. They looked nervous. New place. New faces. Emily smiled and waved. Welcome, she said. The family smiled back. Somewhere else, behind cold walls, the woman who once held a clipboard sat in silence. No power. No lies. Just time. Time to think. She learned a hard lesson. Fake authority never lasts. Fear always has an end. And truth? Truth only needs one door. To finally be heard. Daniel closed his front door that night. Not with fear, but with peace. And that door would never be the same again.